solid Awoonga Barra back for another day. The tough bite to start with. 110mm fish trap won't have let you down. After a long 8 years, it's good to see Awoonga finally coming back in full swing. Solid fish. Yeah. Woo! There you go. That's been a while between drinks. Haven't been here at Awoonga for about 8 years. It's late 2010 and it's good to see it on the comeback. Solid model just snapped up a 110 fish trap. And they're really solid, these fish are in a good paddock. The bait in here is in match proportions and yeah, it's great to see this place on the comeback. Yeah, another solid Awoonga Barra for the afternoon on the 110 fish trap. Just out with Justin from Gladstone Fly Sportfishing and Awoonga's going off. These fish have been stacked up in here all afternoon. They just come on the chew, cast after cast. So here we are today out on Lake Awoonga with the Wells brothers. We've been lucky enough to have a bit of a fish this morning, but we've coincided with another fish release out here with the Gladstone area waterboard. So another 25,000 Barramundi going in today, so we thought we'd pitch in and help out. So Matty's going to release another few hundred here this morning. Another 25,000 metres, eh? We're just out here on Lake Awoonga with the Gladstone area waterboard. Getting pretty excited because, you know, when anything to do with Barramundi, so already releasing another. How many today, guys?
Probably around 50.
50?
Yeah.
50,000?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're 2 inches at 50mm.
Yep.
And the best part about Barra is their growth rate is just extreme. So, you know, plenty of food in Awoonga, you're talking, you know, let's just get to the magic metre mark. That's what everyone loves. What are you talking, sort of 3.5 years?
Yeah, 3.5 to 4, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yep, definitely.
Yeah. No, that's phenomenal, isn't it?
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
You think in 18 months these could be 75 centimetres? Like, you know, it's from that to 75 centimetres in 18 months. Little 75 centimetre Awoonga Barra, super thick set at this size already. It's probably only a 2-year-old, if that. Nice, anyway. And for these size, these things are absolute powerhouses. When they grow to be a bit bigger and up over a metre, they're going to wreak some havoc.
The main purpose of the Gorb Hatchery is actually to meet the environmental commitment for raising the dam wall to 40 metres. So Barramundi, like we've got in here, mangrove jack and sea mullet are 3 species that actually used to breed in the saltwater and recruit into the freshwater, meaning they're a catadromous species. We mainly stock Barramundi and then smaller numbers of mangrove jack and sea mullet each year. Barramundi that we use in the hatchery are all wild caught and all southern Australian, which is really important because in an overflow event, anything that goes over that wall will contribute to the wild populations. One thing with Barramundi, they grow really fast, so we stock them on average at about 5 centimetres. In the last 5 years, we've done about 1.5 million fish, and the average growth rate is 1 millimetre a day early on, and they get to about 500 millimetres within a year. Other interesting about Barramundi, so we've got a tagging program. You'll see the broodstock have tags to track what we've used. We also have fish in the dam with tags to track how they're growing and gauge the health of the fishery. So what we look for is good growth rates, and obviously with our app we can actually track that outward health of the fish and make sure that everything's tracking well within the lake.
Another nice late evening Awoonga Barra. There's been stacks of fish coming through on the screen. Very tough bite. Downsize the 95mm fish trap. The last 10 minutes had a couple of bites and this one just whacked it. They're coming through, mate. Rolling through on their numbers now. Stacked up. Look at this donkey coming here. Yeah, it's a much better fish on the 95mm fish trap. We've had a pretty tough afternoon and these guys have just switched on right on dark and we've had to downsize into these little fish traps and they're just smacking it. This guy's a much better fish. He's getting up around the 800 mark. Probably getting on 2 years old, this guy, 2.5 years old. Solid as, so thick through the guts. Definitely wanting something a smaller presentation. I think they're just gorging out and all this bait. The bait fish in the water's phenomenal. I think they're full. They've just been pigging out, and they just want that smaller presentation, just a little bit to top them up. Absolutely, you know, clearly they're eating some pretty small bony bream at the moment, and they're just herding it up. You can hear them just spraying out in the background, up in the weed. So the fish trap is just a perfect presentation for them. The old flying bear usually comes up with the goods and a tough bite, and it has today. Certainly has.